Welcome into Black and Gold Insider. This is the show where we get to know the folks of the Black and Gold a little bit better. And today we are joined by the new LAFC Academy Director, Toni Hernandez. And Toni, we're going to get to know you a lot over the next few minutes. We appreciate you taking some time with us.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here with you.
This is a big gig, and we're very excited about this. This means the future of the club, the next generation. But let's start about you. Tell us about where you're from.
I'm from Valencia, Spain. I was born there in a small town, Alcira. It's like 30 minutes driving from Valencia. And I did my degree in Murcia, that is more in the south of the Mediterranean part of Spain. I started to work there in Murcia after my degree in sports science with some local clubs in 4th division. And then I started to work with Valencia, that is the professional club in La Liga there in my city. I was super proud to work for them 6 years. And then I came to US for 3 years to work here, to learn more about soccer here. And then I came back to work in Barcelona for the last 4 years in La Masia.
I want to ask, I'm sorry, what was that, Toni?
And now I'm here. I'm really happy to be here.
Now we're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you about this, but since you mentioned it, let's talk about those 3 years in the United States. Tell us where you went and why did you decide coming to the US then was the right idea?
So I always, for me, development of players have been my passion. I love to help young players to be developed on and off the field. We are really lucky because, kids, they listen to you a lot because they passion for soccer. So you have a big impact on them. And here in US, I learned a lot before I came here about how you mix sports and education. Obviously, soccer and education for me in my case. And then I met people from Orlando that they had a very high level educational and high competitive program in soccer. I loved it. I was working with Orlando City in the academy in 2018, and I was during 3 years working with Monbert Academy in Orlando. That was a big help for me to understand how soccer work here in US and how my profile can help here in US to develop professional athletes for the future.
You're prepared for this. You did all that was required, including Spain, and Monteverde is obviously a top program there in Florida. Let's go in some chronological order because you mentioned Barcelona, which anyone who knows the sports, and you mentioned La Masia. That is the top. So you were there. Most people agree it is the best in class. When you think about the time there in Barcelona, what makes it so special? Why is it able to produce such good talent?
I'm agree with you. For me, it's the best place to develop talent that I've been related with. I think even with the places that I never been working with them, but I visit them, I never saw something like this. I don't want to be too official conversation. That I can go to the books why Barcelona is the best academy in the world, but for me, it's the identity, the culture. Everyone that you go there, being Catalonian, being Spanish, being from America, how this works, which is the objective, what they want to do, how they want to develop players. And if you go there, you have to accept and try to be on the same line. This start back in, I think, was 1972 when the coach of Johan Cruyff impacted him when he came to Barcelona to play. And then Johan Cruyff was the coach and he impacted Guardiola. And then Guardiola was the coach and impacted Xavi. And we don't know who is going to be after Hansi Flick, that he's amazing and he's doing an amazing job in Barcelona. I was very lucky to be with him last year from the academy and the first team relation. this always is transmitting from coaches to players, players that become coaches and then transmit to other players. And this came to La Masia, and it's the same system on and off the field. And you can see it's not marketing. You can see that when you see a player promoting from La Masia to the first team, everyone has the same profile. It's nothing special or different. They have the same profile.
And we have seen it. Obviously, La Masia is very special for us at LAFC. That's where Ilie Sanchez, or the guy who hit the winning penalty, spent some time. Also, Sergi Palencia. So it's nice to have those connections. I know you said everyone has the same profile, but in the 4 years you were there, you got to see some really excellent players who are now playing for the first team. And we've seen Barcelona lean into the academy, the kids a lot, including Lamine Yamal. Can I ask you, when you first saw this player, what was your reaction? Because this is a player now that we're seeing who is emerging as one of the best players at any position on the planet.
I think he was 14 years old. He was playing 1 year up. He didn't have this specific position to play in the right wing as he's playing right now. He was playing number 10. He was playing on the left, on the right. This is a really good message for academy players and families that they used to complain about. Now my kid is playing out position. Okay, he needs to learn about different position, and this is going to be an advantage for him in his way to the pro path. So the first, you can see Lamine is super talented. He's very smart, very brave. He is the type of player that he doesn't care if he's in the academy, in the first team, in the national team, in a friendly game or in a World Cup final. He can have the ball and take the responsibility with the ball to the rest of the team and make the team play what he wants to play. He's a big character, very nice kid, humble, a lovely guy, very smart and very mature. The picture that some people has from him is not the right one. He's a very, very special person and very good guy.
And that's what LAFC is looking for in many ways. You want to see the guy on the field. You want to see a guy who's humble and has the right perspective. And as you said, would play at any level and just put the work in.
Yeah, I don't understand my job if we are not trying to develop players on and off the field. And I have a belief that if you see the percentage of players from the academy that they arrive to be professional and to have a career and a life and a family life only from the soccer career, I don't think if it's 1%, 1.5, I don't know, but it's very, very low. So we have the big responsibility to create good athletes, good people, and never forget about the academics, because maybe their future is through the academics, is not through soccer. So I think it's a big responsibility. And I can tell you, in my experience, when you focus in the three parts, in the soccer player, in the person, I'm going to say in the person, in the soccer player, and in the student, you have a lot of agreements with families. You don't have many arguments with them because they see that you care about the kid. It's not only about the player. And I can tell you, LAFC Academy is going to be like this for sure, period.
Music to everyone's ears. And this is great, Toni, because I know a lot of families are tuning into this because I get questions. I'm not involved in the academy. They say, how do you get into the LAFC Academy? This is a good place to start from the source, from Toni Hernandez, who is now the director. You've touched on this a fair bit and those foundations for Do you have a developmental vision? And you mentioned what you're going to bring to LAFC, but with regards to advice a player can get, what would it be if they want to take that next step under your tutelage?
I think I like to use the words talent diversification, what means that we have to invest in kids not only in the technical or the tactical we have to oversee all the developmental points that a kid on different ages, depending on the maturity process that they have. And then we have to try to optimize and touch every single aspect. So we're going to see the capacity of the players to learn from trainings. So it's not only the talent that you have as a soccer player, is how is your ability to improve every single training session from what the coaches are teaching you from the first second to the last second of the training, and come back next year and be able to be a better player. And at the end, this word that is trainability for me is something that I saw as a pattern in the players that they promote from the academy in Barça to the first team. So we try to work over all the phases of a player, and we use this talent diversification, because instead to go to teach only one side of the player profile, we try to go to everything. Look, I think LAFC Academy, if you say to me one of the things that I want for the future, we are going to impact players now that they are going to be the example for other players in the future. If we can create a culture that is positive for the community and the sport inside, even on and off the field, that these players for the future, they learn lessons that in 10, 20 years, when I'm not going to be here, they can teach to young kids at that time, I think we are doing our job.
This is amazing, Toni. I mean, just to see that process. And I think people think it's quick. It's not. And as you said, this is 10 years, 20 years, 30 years where you see these results and they pass it on. And you came to LAFC. This was a place you decided to come to. And the academy is, you know, it's just beginning, certainly in comparison to Barcelona. What have you seen about the profile of the players, the early assessment of the talent here in Southern California? Where does it need to get to?
I want to be. I know that many people is watching this. And I said to John, you have to know what you have here. It's the amount of talent that you have in Southern California, the passion for soccer, the kids loving to play. I mean, there are a lot of potential here. You have to be fair with what you can offer. Be honest, be empathetic with other local clubs, and try to be working on the same path to help local players to achieve their dreams, and if not, to be ready to live in a competitive world when they are older. I see a lot of talent. My passion is to develop players, and I arrived to a place where we have everything to do it. We just have to work hard to get it done, and we are going to get it done.
What are some things that you feel are, I mean, obviously the ball is in the court of the players. They have to do all the things that you have mentioned. What does the academy and yourself want to do to put these players in the best position to succeed?
I think to create a good environment, a positive environment where we can develop individuals and groups at the same time with the right profile to look. I think it's the same thing than in Barcelona. Our responsibility is, if you have a line that is from the academy to the first team, our responsibility is to prepare all the players on the line to be ready to go, stay, and succeed on the first team. Obviously, this is something that is not easy to do. We are not going to say who has to go to the first team. This is a first head coach of the first team, general manager decision, and the club decision. But what we have to do is, we have clear where is the line. We are going to prepare everyone arriving to this line ready, not only to go and come back, to go and be ready to stay and succeed on the first team level.
How have you been enjoying Los Angeles, or more specifically for LAFC? You come here, as we know, it's new, but how have you seen the club and how it's set up to be able to do what you want to do? Are we there? Are we we're getting closer?
We are going to be there for sure. It's no question. It's question of time. We will do it. Obviously, it's hard work that we have to bring, but look, I think I'm the thing that surprised to me the most when I arrived to Barcelona, that is the dimension of the club is huge, is the quality of the people there. You have amazing people working there, very good people that teach you, because I came from outside. They were teaching me to love the club, to work to have passion for the club, for the player development path that La Masia has. And I felt something similar when I arrived here to LAFC, to be honest. Everyone is kind, everyone wants to cooperate. Here we are, everyone together still. Sometimes I don't know some of the people that is around because I'm only 2 months here, but that it's a place where people want to make sure that you are happy in order to achieve your objective and to help the club to achieve the club's objective. So I'm feeling very good here.
Well, we're thrilled that you're here. And I think we're off to a really good start, Tony. I saw you when you first arrived, and 2 months later, you're like, cómodo, ready.
Yeah, I can tell you, I'm confident. And after to meet all of you guys, I'm sure that we are going to achieve our objectives for sure.
Well, it's wonderful, and we always like to talk about the academy. It was there before the team started. It's going to be a big part of the success of the club in the future. And Tony, it's great to know it's in your hands. Thank you for carving out some time for us. We'll certainly keep in touch to see how this progresses.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Toni Hernandez, the new LAFC Academy director, keeping an eye on all the levels as it leads from when the kids start to the first team. Black and Gold Insider, we're here every week. We'll be back here again next week. And until we meet again, this is Max Bretos saying, let's go, Black and Gold.